YouTubers, Mike Martins here with the Mike Martins channel. Guys, thanks so much for joining me and being part of the channel. And being part of the channel, what do I mean? By commenting and participating in the discussion. This channel is what it is what it is because of the discussion we have on it. Guys, tonight, don't forget to join me for Mike in the Night, open lines tonight. We might, we're going to do open lines and just have open discussion like we did and cover various topics if you guys like and go from there. Well, let's look at something. People can't keep up with mounting debt. It was a video I did pacing around outside of my store yesterday. And it's got some really good comments. And okay, so let's go over some of the comments from some of the. You can go to the. I'll leave a link at the end of the video to the channel. It was to yesterday's video. So here it is, guys. We are being harvested and ignored. We are being harvested and ignored. The fact only puts our kids at risk. That is very, very true. Then Red Pill Gary says, wages haven't changed yet. Everything has doubled in price. I used to rent a 2-bedroom suite for $650, and not even 2 years later, it's renting for $1,400. Old townhouse where parents live, on average $700K. Now, yet a few years ago, it was $350 large. People had to sell because they couldn't afford it. So, not sure how well those people are doing. This kind of stuff isn't sustainable and will end very badly. Eric says, there is nothing wrong to live as a minimalist life if you choose to do so. It actually feels good not to have to worry about a lot of stuff. You tend to just hoard. But I agree, it's terrible having to go minimalist involuntary. That's a very good one there by Eric. Beatrice, 5 years with no debt. I pay everything in cash. Have a great Friday. Then Red Pill Gary says again, if you have to use debt or credit to buy basic things like food or gas, then there is a serious problem. But society now makes it seem like it's a good thing to do when it's just like with many other things in society now. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to take on debt. Our young generations now are used to piling on debt and getting into debt and getting in over their heads. All right. Razi says, you have to understand, many take student loans and never graduate. They just end up spending the money. I heard that too. Kelly is saying, imagine having to take off everybody's credit off them in this country. I bet with you, true broke nature of people will reveal itself. Credit cards have been a tool for people for a long time, have been using to mask their financial situation. That's by Kelly Billy. Thank you so much. That's so true to the word. Then we got Dylan, of course. I agree. Wages have not gone up, and government keeps borrowing money from the big 6 Canadian banks. The government of Canada does not print their own money, so they're borrowing it. They're borrowing it with VIG, with interest, right? If we get a credit card and buy a bit more, the other item we can't not afford to own a credit card. Do not push yourself into debt. If you can't afford stuff, maybe try budgeting. Yes, layaway. Well said, Mike. Spot on. Stay close to your family, guys. Very true. 2 napkins. World needs janitors. This is the Blair Witch real estate project. I'm just working man who want to get into a place in my town. This isn't fair. And you still think Trudeau's a good man? Never said anything, man. I'm not going to comment on that. There, that. Canadians don't care. Smoke pot, be happy. Then vote Trudeau again and again. Then Maria says, Australia is in for a major overhaul. BlackRock, one of the largest investment companies, and its subsidiaries being told to dump Australian shares and not to invest in Australia. It is too risky. Now, insurance companies are charging a massive amounts of money to cover bushfire areas. No one can afford, but people bought $1 million homes that went up into flames. They can't even have the insurance companies to pay to rebuild their homes. People now are trying to sell their homes, but they will need to discount 50% now to be able to sell. Australia is in serious trouble. Ultimate Bargain says debt saturation, tax saturation, regulations, wage stagnations, dollar devaluation, etc. have exhausted the resources of the general population. downsizing, minimalist, especially for millennials, and debt retirement and debt retirement are in main focus because people know that the economy is distressed. Learn about 100% untraceable cryptocurrencies like Monero and stack physical bullion, gold, and silver. Circle the wagons because the economic onslaught is coming around the corner. That's very true by Ultimate Bargains. K-Pack is saying, not everyone is like Mike, making all the right decisions in order to have a good life. Whatever happens now makes sense according to the Bible, and we are just closer and closer to get to the end of the world. Rig is saying, it's crazy watching people putting themselves in so much debt, they struggle to make the payments, and then a month later take on more debt, which is pure insanity. Come on. Common sense has been breed out of the herd. Well said, Mike. Cool Uber orders paid by debt. And then we're tax/debt slaves. Mario Sa is saying, Mike, Australians are renting 2-bedroom apartment and cramming about 12 to 15 people in a 2-bedroom unit in Sydney. I saw it myself. 3 bunk beds per bedroom and 3 people sleeping in a mattress in a living room. I regret I didn't take a photo to show you. You gotta take these photos, people, please. Australia is the biggest lie. People are broke, have no money. Many are exiting Australia, especially after the bushfires. All the coastal towns are empty. Bankruptcy is skyrocketing in Australia. Many businesses are closing down. The latest is Jeans West. Almost 1,000 Australians are unemployed from Jeans West. Fire sales are happening in Australia, but the Australian government is hiding. And now one of the biggest investment companies, BlackRock, is pulling out of its investments out of Australia. Someone sent me that link. I actually saw that. What are you saying? Is that caused by super rich not paying enough taxes? No, I'm not saying that. Guys, the super rich will never pay taxes. Why? They'll always find a way to expense them. When people, when they find loopholes to expense, that's what they do. Oh, you're gonna raise my taxes by another 7%? Well, that means I gotta expense another 7%. Do you think they actually hire people as an expense anymore? No, they buy jets and they buy lucrative or fancy cars for work, or something that they need for work, or a warehouse in downtown Detroit they'll never use, but pay the property tax on an empty building just to expense. No. Rich will never pay taxes. Period. They always find a way around it. Then we got a Zero Hedge article from then another YouTube video here. This is why minimalist is now a huge thing. Don't get married. Don't become pregnant, but only what you need to get, only pay cash or cash equivalent, like prepaid debit or money order cryptocurrency, rather than use consumer debt. The fewer things that you own, the fewer things that you own. The fewer things own you. Remember Tyler Durden said that in Fight Club? Remember, the things that own you, the things you own end up owning you. And that's very true. Anyways, it's kind of quiet here. The shop is winding down. I had been very busy today. I was actually in meetings today, business meetings. Believe it or not, I'm looking at a venture to go in with someone, and they don't need capital. They actually need my skills. Believe it or not, I got something going on with me, something going good with me. You know, there's something that's skilled, that somebody came out of their way and got here, bought me lunch, and sat down, went through a bunch of things, and said basically, look, Mike, and I'll keep you guys posted on this. It's actually a very big deal. So look, Mike, I came all the way here. I need to talk to you. I know you could do this. Can you do this? I want you to be a part of this. I looked at it, and then I looked up, and then I looked at the shares I'm going to be, like the shares of the company that I'll receive. And I said, this really works. This is workable. I'll do my end. You continue doing your end, getting what you need to get done. I'll do my end. And by the end of March, we might be launching something very huge. So it's all brains and drive and being at the right place at the right time and putting in 100%, because you always get it back. Remember, guys, eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the prize, because it always you never close a door that never opens. You know, you close one door, something else opens. There's always something somewhere for you, no matter what, but you got to believe it's there. You got to be positive. You got to think straight. You can't get into debt. You gotta network. And when I say online networking, no, people don't know you online. People know you in real life. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below with the comments. This is what makes this channel great. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, share a video. And if you can, join us tonight on Mike in the Night. Add me on Skype, Mike Martins 1980. It's going to be really good. We'll have some open lines and we'll discuss what's going on. Thanks for watching.